Our mission is to create a space where we help girls achieve their dreams and become leaders. This is Girls Group.
Hi, my name is Aisha.
I'm Jasmine.
First of all, my first question to you is, can you introduce yourself in one sentence bio, like just one sentence?
I am Jasmine Mans, the queer American Black girl poet.
So why did you use those words like queer and everything in one sentence bio?
Okay, so I am a poet. I am an artist. At a young age, I realized that I had a talent for just writing. It started because I really enjoyed rapping. My parents didn't understand the value. It wasn't any like hip hop classes in school. And so that quickly transitioned from rap to writing, to literature, to poetry. The Black part comes from this understanding that my poetry is Black. And that means that I write about Black people and that I care to talk about Black people specifically. The queer comes from being able to state that I am a queer lesbian woman, and that is a part of my narrative. And then the American part comes from the fact that like I am an American too. But one thing that's interesting is the word poet, and I'm pretty sure that everybody has this really flawed understanding of what a poet is, that we go on stage and we say roses are red, violets are blue. But poets are the people who write the voiceovers for most of the commercials that you listen to. Poets are the people who write the Nike voiceovers that you hear that Made You by Jays. Poets are the people who do the narrations for the National Geographics when you see the lion about to attack, or on the Disney Channel. But poetry extends, or when you hear a soft, poetic voice before a car commercial. But these little voices that you hear that you pay no attention to are often the voices of a lot of poets that you'll never know the names of, but can exist.
What have been some highlights in your career journey, and why do you consider them highlights?
The first highlight of my career came when I was a freshman in college. One of my mentors asked me to write about Nicki Minaj. And so I wrote a poem about her, and it was my freshman year in college. And there was this performance, this big step show with all of the Greeks, and this was before I became Greek. And one of the opening acts just didn't show up. And so they were just like, don't you got that poem? Can't you do that poem? And so I got on stage with I think like maybe 3,000 people in the audience, and I performed this poem. But what made it special is that poem would get on YouTube and would almost get about 1 million views.
Who are your mentors, like who you go to?
Y'all got good mentors? Yeah. I think that's what made me successful. Like there was this woman who I thought was cool she was just popping. She was a director in the theater world. So like she was this boss Black woman who had laid hair, who went to Howard. Yeah. So one day I hit her up and I was like, can I be your personal assistant? Now, why do you think I asked her that? Right, because I wanted everything she had. I wasn't getting no money, but I got to sit next to her wherever she went. So if she traveled, I was right next to her. If she was in a backstage at a theater space, I was right next to her. And so I got my foot in the door in all of these spaces and was on conference calls taking notes before I even knew what exactly I was taking notes on. But the most valuable thing you can think about is experience. Like, who's gonna bring me into the room and get my foot in the door and allow me to just listen? And so I think the best thing that I've ever done was get good mentors. I wasn't ever afraid to walk into someone's life and to say, I'm smart and I think you should mentor me and help me become smarter.
This has been Girls Group.